Hey, what's up, guys? Stromson here. Happy Memorial Day for those of you who are stateside or observe the holiday anyway. As who doesn't like an excuse to grill out and eat burgers and hot dogs? Because they're delicious. So, as you can guess, if you've looked over here or down here, you can tell that we are on holiday. The season's over. Hurrah! Since this is at the end of my post, I'm assuming most of you realize that I lost in the MLS title game to Chicago, which was depressing for two reasons. One, because we have beaten DC United every single time we've played them this year, which was, I think, 3 or 4, because we played them a couple times in U.S. Cup. I think we played them three times? Yeah, that was our 4th time playing them. So, lost to them in extra time. It was a game, quite frankly, we deserved to lose. But the reason I'm so distraught about it is because a game I know for 100% fact that we would have won had Fredy Montero not been hurt in this game. That killed us. If he hadn't broken his ankle, would have been a totally different result. I think we would have easily beaten DC United and taken the title. Which leaves me in a bit of a quandary, and this is not in my post because I saved it for video. What am I going to do? Part of me had really been riding high, hoping that I was going to go ahead and snatch that MLS title this year, my first year with Seattle, which means I could leave without anything, without any unfinished business. I could take my services elsewhere and hold on for a better job, where I can actually manage a football team without any ridiculous rules. I have a continental reputation now, at least in the United States. I don't know what the people in Europe think of me. So, let's take a look at this. This is my squad now. Casey Keller's now 41. Realistically, he really started to fade towards the end of the year. I just don't think he has another full year in him. James Riley's okay, Tesson Wall's okay, Leon Cruz is okay, Leonardo Gonzalez is leaving. Peter Lucken is okay, John Rooney's okay, Alvaro Fernandez is also leaving. Rene offered me $2 million on a 1.2 value. It was just it's too good to take, too good to pass up. And yeah, Estrada's fair. Danny Earls, I think, is leaving. Blaise Nakufo is too old. He's going on 36. Adrian is discontent. Don't think he's going to stay. Hold on. Yeah, probably settling into the country. He asked me to bring in this guy. I tried to. I was even going to pay the hefty fee because I like Adrian, but I couldn't. The guy wasn't interested in talking to me. Albert Luke is okay. Jeff Park is leaving. Sabrenko Posovic, I think, is wanted. Noonan is wanted. Boss is leaving. This dude's been hurt for over a year. I don't know if he'll ever be what he once was. He was once an excellent player, but just between the start of the year and now, his stats have disintegrated. I'm going to have to go ahead and cut him loose, I think. Because he's still out for another 2 months, and I don't know if he's going to be even remotely good. And Fredy Montero, 32 goals, 32 appearances. This guy's just so amazing. Wanted like a whoa. I'm not willing to part for him for less than $3.5 million. Although now that he's been freaking hurt to high hell, I'm willing to change that to unspecified and see what I can get for him. But I love him, but I can't rely on him for another year because he freaking is breaking bones left and right. First his arm, now his ankle. I can't afford to rely on a guy that's going to be out for 6 months out of a 10-month season. That's just not realistic. No matter how many goals he scores. So yeah, pretty gutted squad. I think I have a little bit of cash now, 636k pounds, which not really enough to rebuild the squad, quite frankly. Board confidence. I have the job. The job is mine if I want to keep it. I just can't decide if I want to keep it or not. big part of me kind of wants to go ahead and depart and go elsewhere for a few years, and then maybe come back to the MLS somewhere down the road and wrap up my business. But I would gladly stay with Seattle if I thought that we could really truly strengthen our squad and rebuild for a kick-ass year next year, where we're just going to absolutely run rampant through the league, which I kind of did this year. Did really well. Obviously, won the Supporters Trophy, which is sweet. I don't know if that shows up in our information or not, or our history rather. Yes, Supporters Shield winner. Yeah, that was awesome. Runners up. That's awesome. They've never done that before. But I mean, if you look at my SWOT, you look at the ages. I mean, they're old. You look at that. I mean, I only have one guy under 21. That's John Rooney, who apparently is now worth a fortune. That's new. He did have a good year for me, but that's really weird. That's a lot of money for him. 1.2 mil for Fernandez. Where the hell is Freddie Montero? 1.7 million. Yeah, January's not that good. You guys are crazy. But look, they're old. They're old. They're all like, all my key players are old. And realistically, I think I would be here. It would take me another 4 or 5 years to get back to this point. I think easily. And I just don't know if I want to manage in the MLS for another 4 or 5 years. It's a cool league, I guess. I mean, it's, my home league and all. I like it, but it's weird to manage in. It's just not normal. You know what? To hell with it. Let's do it. Here we go, guys. Do I want to resign as manager of Seattle? Oh, yes. Seattle boss resigns. Seattle Sounders in search of a manager. Yeah, sure, whatever. Alright. There it is. Yeah, okay. So I did apply to a couple jobs already. That might have happened. Let's apply for that job. I'm not going to get it because it's in the Bundesliga. Oh, I'd love to, though. It'd be such a sweet league to manage in. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me pound on the spacebar or on the continue button for the next God knows how long until I find a job. So I'll bring us back when I do. Okay, guys, we're back. I applied for a lot of jobs. Just about anything that was coming through. And I know it took a lot longer than I thought it would, honestly. I mean, I took a top league team in the MLS, which is not the best league in the world, but it's championship quality, right? Took them all the way to the freaking bloody final, where we lost in extra time. You'd think I wouldn't have that hard of a time finding a job, but I did. I mean, I couldn't get hired by anybody. Not even like Croatian First League or German Third League would look at me. However, I have been approached by Hereford. I guess that's how you say it. One of you Englishmen might have to correct me on that. On a 1-year contract on way less money than I was making, but I mean, it's a video game, for crying out loud. I don't care how much money, imaginary money, my manager makes. First things first, that is the best logo in all of football. It's a cow. That is fantastic. I want this job just because of that. That is outstanding. View the offer, 1 year, full-time, blah, blah, blah. I thought I was talented, not media-friendly. Stupid. No wage budget, no transfer budget to speak of. We are way over wage budget. And when you look at the team, we are sitting dead last in League 2 with half the games played. Right, it's 46 games, yeah. So a little over half. and I had kind of hoped to avoid managing in England, quite frankly, because we've already got several stories that are in England, but they're the only people that'll hire me. So, excuse me, Coke Zero, quite delicious. Um, I think it'll be a lot of fun, quite frankly, guys. Let's do it. We'll go ahead and pick up the cows. Um, see if we can't save them from relegation. If we're relegated, I'll probably resign. Because I don't know if I want to drop all the way down to conference football. I've been there, done that with Salisbury. I don't really want to do it again. Not in the near term anyway. Ask me for Football Manager 12, maybe I'll be willing to slog through it again. But conference football is a pain. So, I mean, Hereford has a bit of a history. They're professional, which is nice. Decent kits, I guess. Been around since 1924. They're an old team. Where did I see that? Go back. Average age 24. Oh, I guess not that old actually. Facilities are okay. We rent Edgar Street, which I believe Hereford's played at always. I don't think they've ever been played at a different stadium. Facilities seem to be about in line with the typical lower league teams that I've seen. No affiliates. I'll have to work on that. History-wise, they've been to the championship. It's been a long time, but they've won League One once. They've runner-up and third in League Two twice. So they've just recently been relegated back to the League Two. I'm assuming they were up and then right back down again. Runner-up in Blue Square Premier. So we've got a few trophies in the cabinet. Not very many. So a good solid starting ground. Not a whole lot to do. They just sacked their manager because they were doing god awful. Okay, so they got straight back relegated. They were only in the championship for a single year. Attendances are mediocre. When I was doing some research on Hereford, because I looked it up on Wikipedia a little bit before turning the fraps back on. They used to get like 8,000 or 9,000, but I guess they've had some pretty serious attendance problems lately. So, of course, based on where they're in the league right now, with 25 goals allowed, I'll have to change that. Or 44 goals allowed, I'm sorry. Holy 44, wow. I was looking at that, not that. 2 wins, man, we've got a task ahead of us. We're 10 points off being even outside of relegation. We'll probably have to make at least 40, 45 points if we want to be safe. So we need to start winning a lot of games. While trimming down the wage budget and while doing this entirely off free transfers. So this will be a bit of a challenge. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Hit the old continue button. And then we're going to save game as Fim Story. I don't know. FM Story. Hereford Football Club. Although they're actually Hereford United, aren't they? So, Huffsy. That'll be fun. I'll have some fun with that. So yeah, that's it. I guess we'll go ahead and run with that. Oh, before I leave, let's talk a bit about the Champions League final. Hey guys, not allowed to upload longer than 15 minutes, so I had to cut my Champions League review. I guess I'll do that some other time. Alright, talk to you guys later.